Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout using the November Hip Kit. I think this is either my 10th or 11th layout using this kit, and it will be the last because I am out of pattern papers. What you're seeing here is what I have left. I have quite a bit of cardstock left because I didn't use much cardstock, but I only had those two full sheets of Chamel paper, and I'm going to use one as the background and then the other I'm going to use as part of the layering. So I'm going to use that red, it's not a grid, it's more like a notes place and note paper, and so it's red and cream, and I'm going to use the B side from the second pattern paper to use on this. And I want to write Santa, but I didn't have enough A's. And where Mason is bilingual, actually what he said to him was, Allô, Père Noël. So it actually was more fitting I'm going to try to use the hello from the thickers from last month's kit. It just didn't work. And then I thought, well, you know what? He actually said allô, like in French. So I'm going to write it out with some of my thickers from my stash. And we had taken him to see Santa on the 19th of December. So this is a picture that was printed off by them. And it just says 2014. And I'm going to mount it on some vellum. And then I'm going to mount the whole thing just on some scraps that I have there. The black and white pattern paper is just all Christmas words, and then I'm going to mount the whole thing on the B side of that Chamel paper, and then I'm just going to work on the background using the eyes ink and some modeling paste, and that's about it. It was a pretty simple page to make. It took me about 51 minutes to make. And I was actually, and I guess I did use some music pattern papers because he was singing. He loves to sing, and he was singing the whole time we were in line. He's never been close to Santa before, and he was not afraid of him at all. He tried to cut in line to get to him, and he kept, saying, Allô, Père Noël, allô. But once it got to be his turn and he sat on him, he didn't say boo. He was just had that little shy pursed lips, like his lips were together, and then I had to say, Santa Claus is going to tickle you. And then he got sort of a little grin. So she kind of took the picture, and I said, that's probably the best we're going to get, because he's just, I think a little bit mesmerized by him. And he told him when we were about 3 kids down what he wanted, but once he sat on his knee, I think he kind of mumbled it maybe, but I don't think that Santa heard. But anyway, he asked for Thomas, so I'm going to write that down, on the page. And it's so cute too. The reason he started saying allô is because he used to say hi. Is my mom's brother, who's 79 years old, and he has Alzheimer, and they live quite close to my mom. Anyway, Mason goes to see him every day, just about. The mailbox is right next to his house, so him and my mom's husband walk down to the mailbox every night once they get home, and then they go visit my uncle. And if they don't go one day, my uncle, is worried, and he calls, and it's funny because, he has Alzheimer, but he remembers Mason. And so my uncle calls him, when he sees him, he calls him Allô bébé lala, which is like crybaby. And so Mason started saying allô, and actually he started calling people bébé. And it's quite funny because, it's like he's saying, hi, baby. And so my husband took him to the grocery store yesterday, and he was, saying, allô, bébé, to everybody. And everybody was laughing, but it's just funny. So anyway, he was saying at least, allô, Père Noël, when we took him to see Santa. So that's how he went from saying hi to allô, and it's just allô to everybody, and it's so cute. But anyway, So that's why I decided not to use the Hello from the Chamel. Is it Chamel? No, it's Maggie Holmes thickers, and just using regular thickers and writing out hello. So I took some eye ink that came in the November kit. It was the color add-on, and it was a little too red, so now I'm adding some eye ink in opaline, and it just tones it down a little bit so that the red matches the pattern paper. And you're going to see me, I'm going to bring the pattern paper over, and then I had dug through my stash and dug through and, had picked out a whole bunch of heart templates, and I decided on this Stampin' Up one just because I didn't have to try to be random about it, because they were already random on the template, which I loved. So I'm just going to randomly put hearts all over the page, because he totally loves Santa, even though it was the first time he saw him, and he wasn't afraid of him at all. So I just wanted to put some hearts on there, and I'm just washing off my template and then my mat. And yes, I cut through my mat, but I'm still going to use it. I just ordered another one because I know that from lifting it and picking it up, it eventually will will split. And then I won't throw it out. I'll just use it in, I'll just cut it down and use it in, like, whenever I need to just mix some modeling paste with some eye ink. I won't worry so much about ruining my mat. So, something that ended up, was a thing. Now I'm like, it's not so bad. Yes, I had to order another one, and then a lot of people said, that they have some at their Michaels. I really don't think they have them at my Michaels. I've looked. Maybe they were just out of stock. But anyway, I just ordered another one, and like I said, I'm just going to end up using the mat. I'm just going to, once it rips, I won't rip it on purpose, but once it rips, I'll just cut it down and use it in squares, and then I'll have mats to literally mix my paints and mix my eye ink with my modeling paste and that kind of stuff. So, it's just going to end up that I'm going to have a mat for that. So on this page, I ended up using a lot of the leftovers that were from that November kit. I'm going to use that present tag that I'm going to take out in a couple of minutes, because he did ask for, for Thomas. And then I used the Ho 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 die cut that came from an Ellie Studio, I believe, die cut pack. And then I used the thickers that came in the kit, and I spelled out Pal Noel, and another tag that says do not open until December 25th. I'm going to end up using some glitter tape that came in the kit. And I have to apologize. There's a lot of stop and go again today, because as soon as I start talking, I start coughing. And I listened to the recording a little bit yesterday, and I could hear myself sniffling, and I'm like, oh my gosh, so sorry for that. I didn't even realize I was doing it. I just, and another thing, when I did the recording, I said, oh, yeah, today's the 27th, and, I have Saturday and Sunday. And then midday, I said, my husband's like, there's hockey tonight, hockey practice. And I said, and I knew that the hockey practice was on Saturday. I said, aren't we Friday today? And he's like, no, we're Saturday. So I totally lost a whole day while being sick. I didn't think I slept I don't think I slept a whole day, but I know I didn't sleep a whole day, but I obviously just muddled through it and didn't realize that a day had gone by. So I won't be able to finish up to day 25 like I wanted to by the end of the weekend, but I think I'm going to get to probably day 22, so that's not too bad. And my goal is still to finish by December 31st, and the only reason that I got this page done is my husband took Mason for his nap, and I forgot to take my December daily stuff out, my binder, so that I could get more pages out so that I could work on a December daily. So This November kit was in my scrap room, so I thought, hey, let's just wrap this kit up. So I managed to finish off this kit. Now, the couple of things that I used that wasn't from the kit was I used a brad that was from my stash, and those were a couple of brads, and those were brads that I had pulled to use for my December daily. So it's just using up some of those brads. And where I am using a flare badge that came in the kit right there that says yum. I don't know, Santa just makes me think of leaving him, something out on Christmas Eve or whatever. So that's why I put that there. And I wanted two more round elements, so I pulled out two brads from my stash, and one is a Santa and the other one is music. And then now I'm going to use some of that glitter tape, and it just reminded me of the wide belt that Santa has. I know it's gold and his belt is black, but it still just reminded me of his belt. So I'm going to put that in a few places on the layout, and two places I'm going to use the full width, and then that third place next to the word hello, I'm just going to do a leftover, just because I couldn't be bothered to cut some more off. I had some leftover left, that I cut off, so I just end up using that instead of wasting it. And the backing was already off, so there you go. I'm just going to put it right there, and that's where I'm going to put that second brad. So I am still working on my goals for 2015. I have quite a bit written down. One thing I noticed, because the fact that my goal was to do 240 pages this year, my focus had to be on that fully. And, I had to put out like 25 pages a month or something like that, something crazy, 20 some pages a month. And so I know that, because I want to spend more time on my Facebook group, I want to spend more time on my blog, like those are some of my things that I want to do. I think I'm going to need to, instead of saying, yay, I got 240 pages done, let's increase that. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to decrease that, because I want to spend more time doing other stuff. Now, don't worry, there's still, going to be lots of videos uploaded. I just want to be, doing a bunch of different stuff next year. So I added some rub-ons that were from my stash. I added some enamel dots from Pebbles, and then I added some India ink in black. And that wraps up this kit for November. And here are some close-ups. And that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.